Hello, my name is Vanessa Molina, and today I will be giving my 1315 public speaking speech. The title of my speech is called Cosmetic Procedures Being Done on Youth and Harming the Body. So, in today's world, we have many social media platforms that consist of TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, YouTube, and many other forms. Though those social media platforms have been brainwashing not only young girls, but many others, as though it's almost normal to look like an edited picture in real life. So because of this, with a leading number of 2021, 17.7 million cosmetic procedures have been done annually going back to 2019. And that number only seems to increase after each year. Though the main question is, how young is it to be too young to get a cosmetic procedure done? Well, in today's time and age, you only have to be 18 years old to get a cosmetic procedure without consent. Though, if you are younger than 18 years old, you can legally get a cosmetic procedure as long as you have your parents' permission or legal guardian's permission, which means a literal child can have work done or any cosmetic surgery done with just the sign of a paper. So, according to Dr. Michael H. Gold, who is a dermatologist surgeon, he states what it's like going in as a 16-year-old that is about to get lip filler. And he states, at age 16, the first thing that we would do is sit down with you and your parents and find out why you would want to get this done, and then determine if this is something maybe we could recommend for the future. As though we have mentioned, you do need your parents' consent, so you would need their support before proceeding any further into this procedure. If there is a legitimate reason for doing this, and there may not be, then you can either have Juvederm, Beltretto, or Restylane applied to the upper lip area. And it should be done by a board-certified dermatologist or plastic surgeon, someone that is very skilled in what they do. And remember, we only use what is needed to keep things natural. And if there's any medicine left over, it is immediately discarded after your visit is over. So that right there is from Dr. Gold, who is a board-certified dermatologist for over 31 years now, and as well has his own practice in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, so after going through some further research, studies have shown that not only does getting a medical or cosmetic procedure at a young age affect a child's body, but having to inject a substance that shouldn't be there in the first place to an undeveloped body mentally affects their health. So most graciously, in today's time, mental health is taken extremely seriously, which is a plus, but these Barbie doll beauty standards are overtaking society. And they will never seem to go away because they've been here for about decades. So plastic surgeons are making some bank at the moment, and they're stacking in dollars from girls starting at age 13 through 18. Saying you have gotten work done is as normal as saying you've eaten Whataburger, which says a lot about our younger generation. So the first topic that I would like to get into in the medical procedure would be the Brazilian butt lift. What is that, you may ask? BBL is a combination of liposuction, fat grinding, resulting in added volume and defined curves and lift. There is a serious concern for this surgery, though, because it has surfaced around the topic of death, and it is quite at a terrifying rate. So, though once again, you must be 18 years or older to get this procedure, as long as you have your parents' consent, you are legally allowed to get it, which it just mind blows me. But the most risky thing about this procedure is that 1 in 3,000 deaths has caused from it, which is not as detrimentally as good. Another point that I would like to bring up as I was researching is the story of Octavia. So this is a girl, she's a 24-year-old fashion merchandising graduate, and the one thing that she wanted was a BBL transformation. Though it began with a number of medical tests, since the Brazilian butt lift is one of the most major procedures performed today, it is imperative to make sure that the candidate is of good health and can handle the stress of recovery. So as she's talking, she states, "First off, I had to get all this paperwork and blood work done," said Octavia. "I had to go to my local doctor here in LA. They did all the background work, done all and ran all these tests to make sure I was healthy enough to actually get a BBL. Because if I wasn't, there was going to be certain things that I would have to do to get myself healthy enough." So right there in that sentence, she's already saying that if she wasn't healthy enough, that she was going to get healthy enough to receive that procedure, which is a little intense. She said, "They laid me back on the table and I was on my butt." The 24-year-old recalls, "They put my arms out and strapped my arm in. They put the needle in me and I was really calm. I could feel myself getting nervous, but I tried to keep my composure." Since it is really important for the patient to have normal blood pressure during surgery, sometimes the surgeons will send a patient back home and ask them to come back in a couple of days to give them time to calm down. Once the anesthetic drug was administrative, Octavia's surgeon asked her to count to 3, and by the time she did that, she was already asleep. So that is her going under the procedure. After the therapist made sure that everything was okay with Octavia's body, she was then put in recovering according to the plan. She began her first lymphatic massage. Over the course of recovery, from 3 to 5 lymphatic massages that are performed in most cases, depending on how quickly the patient recovers. In the end, the woman was happy with her procedure. She lost a lot of volume around her belly and gained a lot in her buttocks, and recovered well to record her experiences. Okay, since that article was from the cosmetic surgery office itself, it was more of a heartwarming, joy-filled experience, which goes on to show the glorification to other women per se that go under the knife. So that was found online in the Aristocrat Plastic Surgery office. Another thing I would like to talk about is most commonly known as lip filler. Though this is not an as dangerous procedure, this type of work is mainly focused around young girls specifically. So, as the social media influencers do play into part because they fall more into leading the way to what girls wear or what they buy, and it just becomes an ongoing chain. For example, if my best friend Emily gets her lips done at age 16, then I'm going to fall more tempted to get mine done since it's not a big deal, since if she can have it done, then I can have it done too. As well as if the doctor tends to misplace your filler, and then it must be dissolved and then re-put back in, meaning that I would have to do more visits going in to see also what other procedures I can get done to make sure that my lips go back to normal or how I would want them to be. Which also, going back to social media, many girls on TikTok post their before and afters on their surgery, but that means that they get to post what gets to be seen exactly, meaning the viewers don't get to see that she had to sign a consent form, or that she had to lose a certain amount of weight to get the procedure, or they just post whatever they want to be seen by others, which is a dangerous thing. Which then this leads to other girls thinking that it's so simple, so that's why they get themselves into doing it as well. And lastly, the main point I would like to focus on is just plain simple mental health analyzations. So, as we all know, the brain is the most intelligent part of our body and we need it to function. But it can be easily influenced by what we see or what we're surrounded by, especially at a young age. There's a reason why girls this young are getting procedures done, because they either want to feel pretty, they want to feel like they belong, they want to feel good, and there's nothing wrong with that. Though, that comes at a high cost because it ends up being a never-ending battle of fighting what imperfections I have or what I don't have, which is something that is very dangerous. What was once pretty 10 years ago or even 2 years ago is now not. There is no real definition of beauty because it constantly changes, especially around the world. Thick, curvy, and tan girls and slim-waisted women are seen as gorgeous in Brazil, but thin, pale, lean, and skinny women are seen as gorgeous in Korea. So no matter how you look at it, the only thing that never changes is your personality and who you are as a person, which is why they say beauty comes from within. In conclusion, even though girls are getting work done at as young as age 16, as long as they know or they feel that they belong, that would be the most optimal goal. Going back to mental health as well. As long as having consent at a young age to getting surgery, and there's no really being a set age restriction, the cosmetic world of surgery will only tend to increase as the years go by. So even though you have to remember, you are pretty and beautiful from within, and that is all that matters. Thank you so much for listening in, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.